That man.
Al margen de nuestras intenciones, parece que Luis ya te tenía fichado desde hace tiempo. Sin duda ya preveía este enfrentamiento en la capital real, pues si quiere guerra, la tendrá. Lucharemos con valentía. Un combate cara a cara con el pueblo como testigo. Eso es justo lo que él querría. El poder lo es todo para Luis. Como su antigua mano derecha te advierto que es fuerte, aterradoramente fuerte. No nos podemos permitir ni un despiste. Hora de continuar.
Good night.
At long last, my lord, our investigations have borne fruit. We know where the true prince lies.
Oh, no. Entonces Luis nos hizo ir a la capital para un duelo, para hacernos perder tiempo, o más bien para él ganar tiempo. Yo creo que sí se va a presentar el duelo, pero va a mandar a Sorba por el príncipe.
Those loyalists who disappeared with the prince led us right to him. We found traces of their coming and going.
Where was he hiding?
Far to the west of the royal capital, deep within a forest said to bewitch those who should wander in. An old village, erased from today's maps. That said, against all odds, it seems that this place is...
The lost village of the elf? Last trampled by Fortin's troops, sent to burn it to the ground.
You knew then?
I see now. To hide in a place publicly declared as destroyed. Quite a gamble. The prince was born there, you know. An illegitimate son, after the past king's heart was drawn to a woman of the village in his youthful years of debauchery.
Ahí está el detalle. El niño nació allí. Probablemente va a tener que ver con el hecho de que tal vez el príncipe no es el príncipe.
What? Then the prince really does bear elder blood.
Fortin did not raise the village for any defiance of his scriptures. He thought only to eliminate an inconvenient heir, a threat to his power, before his birth was known. The prince's survival, his complete disappearance, this was the missing piece. Zorba, go and snuff them out for good.
Sir, consider them annihilated. I've been hoping for an opportunity to test this newfound power.
Now, the battle at the royal capital looms. I must begin my own preparations. If you call yourself the prince, then I will give you a prince's end. And I have just the spell to do it.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? Ready to face the day?
This time, I won't let you down.
Stop that. You never have before, and you won't start today. Try to relax. And don't let this weigh too heavy on your shoulders.
Algo complicado, porque vamos a pelear con la persona más fuerte de todo el reino y probablemente de ¿Todo el mundo?
But you have to come back, no matter what, okay?
I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral. Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power to see this through.
Let's get out there, thrash him, and come back here to celebrate.
Never thought we'd find ourselves back at the Grand Cathedral for the final showdown. Let's pull ourselves together, ready our supplies, and give him hell.
Let's head there.
Por cierto, acabo de recordar, el que hace la voz de Stroll es el mismo que hace la voz de Dion en Final Fantasy XVI. Me enteré hace unos días, pero me acabo de acordar. El tipo es bastante bueno porque ni siquiera lo pude reconocer.
Can we talk? Just sublime. Just sublime.
All right, then. Go.
This heat is insufferable.
He doesn't look like a prince. Say there.
I'm chuffed. Close your...
Dear me. Ready?
Right. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have.
What now?
Ok, todo el mundo ya está bien equipado. Bueno, con sus arquetipos.
You can trust in me.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me.
Nice! Sounds like a lovely time.
Hey, nice.
Ahora sí, ahí vamos. Definitivamente va a haber un combate aquí, pero probablemente aún hay más cosas que hacer después.
Ready?
Well, bit of a tricky situation. Can't exactly say I'm the tournament's official crier anymore, things being what they are. I mean, Sanctifex Forden and St. Rella are gone. Bluntly speaking, there is no tournament anymore. But like hell, if that's gonna stop me. As a lone citizen watching over the future of our country, you can look to me for the latest news on this upcoming fight. Woo! Live free, Crier! Fight the power! Very good. Let's begin, shall we?
Row, fight the power.
The Day of Judgment is here. The final fight between Luis, military paragon and one-man army, and the boy who claims to be the fallen prince. The entire continent's eyes are on this battle, folks, and only one of them's walking away. Let's see a show of true strength, worthy of our new king.
Una toma bastante peculiar con la nariz de la piedra.
Your Highness, you can win! Give Luis the boot!
Count Luis! Kill that imposter!
It looks to me like Luis hasn't even bothered to show at the royal capital.
Se les olvida que él también tiene un acorazado que vuela. No hay que creerse nada todavía.
Well, there's no way he'd run away from this. Anytime now.
Whoa, over there! It's Luis's gauntlet runner!
Lo gracioso es que es inmensamente grande y aún así no se percibe su presencia hasta que ya está encima de su objetivo, lo cual es claramente extraño.
And so the leading candidate finally makes his appearance.
Luis.
The two titans of this race have finally come face to face. Let's introduce our candidates once again for this final bout. Our first candidate, Count Luis. Adopted son of a minor nobleman, he rose to fame on his incredible military merits, quelling domestic conflicts and almost becoming our nation's youngest general. Suspected of attacking His Highness, he was denounced and cast down, but his name has since been cleared, and now here he stands, closest to the throne. Then we have the Elden candidate, he who claims to be none other than His Highness, the Prince. Though his identity is uncertain, his strength is undeniable. Through his campaign, we've seen his team flourish, counting even the songstress Juna among them. The time has come to demonstrate his power. Will it be enough for this youth to take the throne?
I have to commend you. A lesser man would have run. This all began with the king's failings. He was an unworthy ruler, and his incompetence bred the chaos that followed.
¿Qué te puedo decir? No me importa.
You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people seek in their king?
The intellect to resolve everything.
Can intellect alone protect the people? In the end, words are nothing against power. Now let me ask you, my gathered people, what is it that makes a king?
Power! My Lord Luis, kill him now! Only the strong can rule!
Your Highness,
por eso están como
show
están.
us your power!
Young candidate, have you or your party any final speeches before the duel?
We have only one thing to say.
¿Me dejan cambiar a los miembros? Se me olvidó.
Wake up! Luis's fair world is barbaric. A land where the strong prey on the weak. He promises protection, but he is the very man who would see you slain. Hear this. Luis ordered my home destroyed by a human. Are we a land of animals? Or are we a nation united in the protection of the weak, in raising up our neighbors?
He's the type of man who will kill anyone who gets in his way. If you crown him king, I know the country will burn. Rella said as much.
People, do not let your hearts falter. I desire but one thing, a world without inequality. and I shall gladly offer my shield to all of those who follow this ideal. Those who do not, however, will be slain without mercy or regret. It could not be simpler.
If your
Ahora brilla, ¿verdad?
equality means you will sacrifice the people who need help most, then I deny your world!
So, you think you have the strength to protect the weak? Then prove to me these are more than empty words.
No me dejaron modificar.
Come then, and act your part in this showdown. I have a new world to build, and you will die in its name.
The time has come. We're finishing this, here and now.
To the vanguard, face me! Ninja!
Ninja. Produce presión y evasión, ok. Empezamos reduciendo.
Defy the rule
Necesitamos.
of strength, then die by it.
Backing out for
Leave it
now.
to me.
Stepping back, no holding back! Not closing the distance, I shall vanquish evil.
Podemos rotar entre Basilio y Stroll sin problema.
The freedom of a one.
Win!
Ahora sí está
Look out!
full power.
Only a flesh wound.
Dodge! Nice one, Captain.
Ninja! Some darker arts.
By the power of heroes! Perhaps not into the fray. Let justice prevail. As the point of a sword, I'm stepping back,
this
charging
here.
in. Dark Knight, pierce through them.
Withdrawing, no holding back!
Necesitamos
To the fore!
alguien que nos pueda dar buffos, pero no recuerdo si alguien podía. Probablemente no se vaya a poder. Necesitamos alguien que nos cure también. Tengo todo muy enfocado a ataques.
Moving to the rear. Time to go offensive. Here!
I will annihilate you! Come, accept my challenge.
What was that?
Mi ataque y mi defensa, ¿o no?
I see.
Dodge!
Nice.
You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll.
Let me help.
My thanks.
Helpful as ever.
I'm obliged.
There is no
I'll use what I
escape.
must. Wrangle!
You've got
To
a
save
bunch
the
of
ground
idiots
into the
slowing you
fray.
down,
Dark
Captain.
Knight.
Vendrá bien para reducir mi defensa.
Right.
Fue crítico.
I
Nice.
for all that we strive for. As the point of a sword.
You defy the rule of strength. Can you endure it? Come, accept my challenge.
De nuevo.
So easily.
Gotta heal up.
This is
Ok.
where it ends.
Porque está un poquito abusivo ese ataque. Pero ya vuelve.
Consumed by his power.
Sirve que reorganiza algunas con tus habilidades heredadas.
Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have. Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have.
Ok, he vuelto. Ok, veamos. Primero que nada, grupo. Vamos a Heismey, Hulkenberg. Podemos llevar a Basilio. Basilio puede bajar defensas, precisión. Y evasión por parte de Heismey. Nos podemos llevar médica y Recarnam. De caja, creo que puedo llevarme de caja. No tengo de caja con Will. Alguien más se tiene que llevar de caja, pero creo que de caja solo lo tiene Farsante. Y es nivel 3. Hasta ahorita no hemos visto que se suban mucho los ataques de stats. Supongo que podemos dejarlo por ahora. Estoy viendo que podemos darle. Nos hizo ataques físicos. Este podría venir bien.
All right.
6.000, ok, no está tan mal. Hulkenberg. Físico, pero también necesitamos... Este podría servir, pero... Se supone que ya tiene una habilidad que puede hacer lo mismo. Oh, no, son puras pasivas, pero... Guardia protectora. Guardia protectora. Guardia protectora. Guardia protectora. Vaya, ¿dónde está mi guardia protectora? Se supone que ya habíamos aprendido esa habilidad. Qué raro. Bueno, supongo que tendremos que llevarnos esto. Rokundan. Y esta, que se supone que es la más alta que tengo ahorita.
All right.
Para jalar los ataques en caso de... 5% más allá de qué tipo de expresión. Ok, viene. Para que esquive. Ya que eres débil a electricidad, te viene bien poder esquivar electricidad. De caja, ok.
Alright.
Eufa. Bueno, no hay mucho que hacer contigo por ahora. Yuna de Kunda, ok, está bien. Y tienes subidón de base por la máscara. Tal vez venga bien llevarla de inicio. Stroll. Anula las habilidades de repeler magia y repeler físico.
Alright.
Técnicamente debería estar aceptable.
Ready?
You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people...
Como sea, vamos a pelear.
Come.
The time has come. We're finishing this.
To the vanguard! I'll use what I must.
Behold this power. How's this?
I knew you'd help.
It won't be long until the entire kingdom hears of this mess. We've no safe haven left.
Gallica, we've only got one option now. I'm worried about the prince too. I know. We'll head to my home and the prince's refuge, the Elden Sanctum.
El número de partidarios de Will empezó a descender drásticamente.
Count Luis has saved the country. He has driven off the human who sought to usurp it.
Count Luis is our true savior.
Sounds like we've got our next king, then.
Might as well fall in with him. He'll keep us safe from any humans at the very least.
They'll be all right, won't they?
That boy's no monster. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Luis! What the hell did he do? Stay safe out there, boy.
The flow of that evil Magla was surely born from Luis's magic. What a terrifying force.
I'll remember that sight for the rest of my days. But he hasn't got you beat yet, my friend. You can't tell me the fight's over.
Why?
¿Cómo es posible? En fin, no hay tiempo que perder rumbo al antiguo santuario Delta. No te vengas abajo, Will.
It was more of a defeat than it was a departure. They board the gauntlet runner and rush from the capital, as though hiding from the shrieking animosity of the masses. What more can they endure? There is no light to be seen.
A hiding place for the Elder Tribe. Wonders never cease.
We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me anything for a while. I can't even see the room now, let alone the prince. No. Just after we'd finally resolved the curse, too.
Luis's final words trouble me. We must hurry on.
At first glance, it is a simple forest, deep as any other. But the observant may sense that every tree in its formation is ancient and grand, bathed in mystical serenity. The name of this place is familiar only to the few who grasp the truth, the ancient Elden Sanctum.
Can you walk, lad?
That's a relief. Seems like the rest on the ride here did him some good.
Poor chap's even got me worried. I'll shuffle along too.
Hey, I reacted poorly when you were turned into that thing. I apologize. My mind just went blank. For a moment, I doubted you. Forgive me. I should have recognized Luis's drivel for what it was.
Bueno, realmente tiene razones para sentir eso, así que no se le puede culpar.
It's behind us now.
Nothing will shake me like that again, I swear it. I will never turn from you. And here's hoping there can be no surprises worse than that.
But what a sea of trees. If we get lost in here, we're never getting out.
I can sense a special barrier in place. Meant to deliberately lead people astray, too. A perfect place to hide.
Gallica, how fares His Highness? Does the Farsight mirror yield any news?
No. I checked a bunch of times in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm not seeing anything. I'm worried.
Hurry and lead the way.
Right. Everyone stay close so we don't get separated. The village is this way.
Me preocupa el príncipe, tenemos que salvarlo. Él también anhela un mundo en el que todos puedan hacer realidad el futuro con el que sueñan. Y para conseguirlo se convertirá en rey. me dieron nada por ese combate, por cierto. Soy pobre tanto en mag como en dinero. Mis arquetipos no subieron de nada. Por si acaso.
This looks like... Who are you?
Are you all right?
Me da vueltas la cabeza. ¿Dónde estamos?
The royal flower? A surprise to see them blooming here.
Something about this place. Yes. The flow of Magla is strong here. It is much like the altar of the dragon god. The Magla in the air seems to be concentrated here. What is this place?
Una tierra de Eldas. Ya habían dicho eso.
Gallica, something the matter? Your mind seems elsewhere.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here. Anyway, let's keep moving.
So here you are at last.
Estaban esperando para que yo los guiara a través del bosque. Hermosos mantos de flores blancas adornan el camino.
Why?
No descubrí que eran flores reales hasta que dejé mi hogar, pero ¿qué hacen en el antiguo santuario? Tal vez un familiar de la realeza anda vagando por aquí.
How odd. This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue. Without so much as a reason. They made an inferno of the place.
But why? Why would His Majesty order such an atrocity?
Thinking back now, it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him, he would have done it just to purge the filthy Elda tribe.
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the humans. If he spoke true...
They're not. There's no way. Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced to hide in caves. That way everyone would think they were wiped out.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcest? No matter. His Highness is in this cave, correct?
Yes, over there. What? That...
He draws no breath. Likely a stab in the back. I doubt he even had time to shout.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot more skilled than those Sanctist warrior monks. Now...
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
Yes. It's past the woods, over there.
Then we move.
Tengo que llegar a la cueva.
Like this.
Ese magla que siento me preocupa el príncipe. Deprisa. Vamos al escondite del nivel inferior. ¿Hadas? Sí, creo que si nos acercamos en grupo los asustaremos. Porque ahora no vas a... Por ahora vamos a dejarlas en paz y a continuar. Es un Neodyf bastante anciano, parece que pretende darle sepultura a alguien.
Russell? You're safe!
Huh? My word. Is that you, Gallica?
You were His Highness's tutor.
I know but one red-tressed knight. Are you the royal guard? The Lady Hulkenberg? By the heavens!
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought to save the prince.
Alas. Oh, what a tragedy. If this reunion had only been a moment sooner.
Russell, where is His Highness? What happened? Is His Highness safe?
A few days ago, those detestable cursed thorns finally faded. I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It was truly a joy beyond words. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger, a loathsome figure came striding in. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse's lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
No, that can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him. Of the Resistance's numbers, only I remain.
Who was responsible for this?
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron's name aloud as he did the deed. For Count Luis. From the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's eyes, the stranger left, with only a smile.
An innocent boy. Twice tormented in the clutches of assassins. All because of the family he was born into.
Luis, there really is no evil you won't stoop to.
Please, Russell. Where is the prince?
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave. He rests just this way.
You're coming, aren't you, love?
I must go to him.
You're right. Maybe we'll find some way to help.
Creo que cuando te atraviesan el corazón no hay muchas cosas que hacer.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there was a boy candidate who claimed to be His Highness. So, that was you? 'Tis just as St. Rilla said. You're no scoundrel. Indeed, you risked life and livelihood to see His Highness restored. Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Well, I will go before you to the prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
Antes de ir con el príncipe, ayudaré a Russell a enterrar este cadáver.
You going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself. As his knight, I must.
I'm a little worried.
El príncipe se encuentra en la capilla del nivel inferior. No quiero creerlo, pero debemos verlo con nuestros propios ojos.
It's nearly time.
Esa voz.
Long have I waited.
Hey, you.
Vas con el grupo que daba cobijo al príncipe. Por su culpa nos asola la desgracia otro día más. Ahora que me fijo, ¿eres Zelda? Había oído que el príncipe era el único Zelda de la resistencia. Todo empieza a pintar de una manera bastante peculiar, considerando que todo el mundo dice que... Un momento, ¿vienes de fuera del santuario? ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué? Ay, no puede ser. ¿Eres Zelda?
You must hurry. The time has come.
Si la gente de la resistencia quiere seguir sacrificándose a ellos, a mí ni me van ni me vienen. Ya igual me he pasado de la raya. Debería echar una mano con los cadáveres, hay muchísimos. El viejo Gif no va a poder cargar con todos él solo. Por cierto, lo dejaron estar enterrando a uno arriba él solo, así que mucho creer en lo que dices, no. Al otro lado de esta puerta se encuentra la zona residencial. La señora Gruidae ha ordenado que no se abra en ninguna circunstancia. Ya me han oído, váyanse.
All was for this day. There is still time.
Ah, ¿eres tú, Gallica? ¿Cuánto tiempo? ¿Dónde te habías metido? Menos mal que están bien. ¿Saben algo del resto? ¿El resto? Pues como una rosa. Solo han fallecido los grandullones. Pero eso da igual, Gallica. Vamos al bosque a recoger pétalos de flores.
Sure.
¿Qué tal si vamos en otro momento? Lo cierto es que ahora mismo no me viene muy bien. Qué rarita eres, Gallica. Has cambiado un montón. Ya hablas como ellos y todo. ¿Eh? ¿Te ha dado por imitarlos? Ay, mira, qué rara eres. Más adelante verás la capilla. El pueblo se ha reunido aquí para llorar a quienes nos han dejado. Les ruego que no armen el escándalo. El príncipe está ahí delante. ¿Todo listo, Will? 65, casi 70 horas para esto. ¿Hay alguien que vende cosas aquí? Le hemos fallado, Alteza, tanto que se ha visto obligado a dar su vida para salvarnos. No existe redención ni penitencia que expíe semejante fracaso por nuestra parte.
This way.
¿En dónde se supone que está la herida?
Your Highness.
Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. Gallica, you've returned.
Milady Gruidae. It's been a long time.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruidae.
Y tiene una silla flotante.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe and still here until the rightful day comes. Even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man, he is still Her Majesty's son.
Despicable? What, you mean the king? Wait, who's Her Majesty?
Oh, boy. Aquí vienen las revelaciones de verdad.
Do you know nothing of the child's mother? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. His mother was our past chiefess, the queen of our elder tribe. She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. She saved this child from the flames. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless.
Entonces la voz que escuchamos muy probablemente va a ser de ella.
The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty. And so... You there, boy. Are you perhaps... No, it can't be. And yet...
Is something amiss, Milady Gruide? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the prince's name.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
Otra vez esta misteriosa voz.
Hey, are you okay?
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee.
Vaya, aquí es donde todo el mundo tiene que tomar la decisión para tu despertar.
Now remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew. I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this, his life is not yet ended.
What do you mean?
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light. Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course.
Ahora evoco el pasado, veo los caminos que he recorrido en mi viaje.
Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Louise, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
It was all for victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince...
He lies dead before me.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, weren't thy efforts all for naught?
Técnicamente sí, pero
His will lives on.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth. He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive. So from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus his stilled sands began to flow once more. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
I'm the prince's friend.
Is that truly thy role? Clear your mind and think. To name but a few. Thy parents? Memories of thy youth? Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were spent? Yes. Thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
I don't have a past.
As I said, thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own creation. 'Twas Gallica alone who the Resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past. Thy life had yet to begin. All thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy mission to save the prince. Thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
I have nothing?
Nay, the words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably of his true heart. The memories gained on thy journey, the friendships made, the trust forged. These true things art thine own. All thy trials, all thy experiences wert to prepare thee for this day, to share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
Do you mean?
Cierto, he hecho muchos amigos y me he ganado la confianza de mucha gente. Pero si de verdad era una criatura que no tenía nada al principio, ¿cómo es que tengo tanta gente? ¿Cómo es que tanta gente ha confiado en mí y me ha acompañado? Lo mismo se aplica a mi deseo de ayudar a quienes lo necesitan. Porque me he aferrado a un ideal tan ridículo todo este tiempo.
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced. If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission and end it here.
Is that right?
So I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
I am the prince.
What is this? I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be? But how? Impossible.
Hey! What's going on?
What awaits us now?
Hark, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world. In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal.
Manifestó literalmente al personaje de un libro de ficción.
It all began with the novel in thy possession. Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an elder, as I once was. Time hath come, awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
Básicamente una manifestación divina.
What? What is this?
What's happened? Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. Remember now thy true charge. He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone, and thereafter didst thou encounter him.
Who are you? Wait, what am I saying?
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. Newborn in form, if not in appearance. The boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided his memories would be thine. Thou wouldst share past and purpose. A memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey to the capital would not be made alone, but alongside him.
No, that can't be. He was there when we got our orders.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
No! But... I was alone?
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could live to see this day when our dearest wish is fulfilled. As he traveled alongside thee, he gained both strength and wisdom. It is only by thy efforts that my voice reached him. He has now been saved. And so, the journey ends here. Thou hast fulfilled thy mission admirably.
What? Wait just a minute. What do you mean, it ends here?
From here on, thy path is thy own. Choose thy own future for thyself, and may the fates smile on thy journey.
How do we make sense of this?
Is it really you?
How?
Magia.
I mean, how do you feel?
Magielda. Eso es lo que significa todo esto.
I feel a bit lighter.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself, but I also sense His Highness within him.
Una buena treta para librar el cuerpo del príncipe de la maldición. Y que siguiera vivo de alguna manera a pesar de que estaba muerto.
Everyone, I need to tell you something. The truth is...
So let me get this straight. You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and His Highness joining together, but that the former was this disembodied entity sprung from the latter?
Con un toque de magia de una voz misteriosa.
Then, that's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
I see. Finally, I understand the strange feeling I had sensed upon our meeting. What shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself, a part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very heart. He was his soul given flesh. Perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by material magla, much like how the dragon god manifests beyond the vessel Dracadios.
A mass of magla with a will. Forget the dragon god. He may as well have been a dragon himself. Small wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for magic. He himself was composed of pure magla.
The self, as a manifestation of one's desires. Similar to archetypes. I suppose this is the very essence of magic.
You mean to say that it was not merely pretense to claim the prince's name? He truly was His Highness all along?
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege. Seems like cause for rejoicing, eh? Lady Hulkenberg of the Royal Guard.
But I failed to protect His Highness.
No. I am sure the strength of your devotion had a hand in saving him.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, milady. And in the end, that faith was rewarded.
Fate was changed.
Are you really His Royal Highness the Prince? Please, forgive me, Your Highness. I failed you when you needed me most. And more, despite being a member of your Royal Guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
Actually, you've been there for me this whole time.
He's right, you know. If we'd not met you, we'd certainly never have made it this far.
This time, I will protect you. Even should it cost me my very life.
Finally, we've done Grius proud. We've really done it.
By the way, what are we supposed to call you now? I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed, my lord?
You can just keep, calling me Captain.
No, Your Highness! With all respect, I must object.
But this is no time to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets to decide what we bally call him, so we'll listen to him, eh? What?
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bended knee. You mangled the royal runner to your own whimsy, you lout!
Well, that is. I mean, it was all dashed useful in the end, wasn't it? A bit of clemency, Your Highness.
So much for acting same as always.
It's beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us, but through such extraordinary circumstances. After so long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been a corpse. But all this time, he had been on his own journey. It was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling the world, meeting its people, seeing its truths. And without him even knowing, magic made it real.
Ahora sí que todo lo ocurrido fue por el poder de la magia.
He is a child of Elden blood and Elden legacy. All these years he spent in the village, he has rested near the secret of true magic. Perhaps this is how it came to be.
His was a fantasy surpassing fantasy. It became more than a dream, but a self-possessed force acting of its own volition. And now, reunited, Prince and fantasy live anew.
A journey to discover and reclaim the self in all senses. No wonder he set off the custom igniter in the Royal Gauntlet Runner. It was the Crown Prince himself.
Even having it all explained like this, it feels like nothing short of a miracle.
I can only guess that fate had a hand in it.
Era una voz misteriosa.
That's right. I remember. I heard a voice. Guide him, it said.
A voice? Whose?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, then we probably met after you'd only just... happened, right? I shouldn't have known you then. But for some reason, I was convinced that we'd always been together. I thought we both received the order to save the prince, too. Ever since the moment I heard that weird voice guiding me.
A voice? Lady Gruade mentioned a revelation. Hold on, are we still being mystic and metaphorical, or was there an actual guide involved?
I know someone was guiding me. I just don't know who.
So a disembodied voice. Hang on. Come to think of it, that sounds a bit familiar for me too.
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
I have a faint idea, but I'm not entirely sure.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in, they seem familiar.
Vaya, ¿se van a dar cuenta de que ahí es a donde los transportan cuando van a despertar su arquetipo?
I might say the same. When I first acquired this power, I had a vision of somewhere not unlike these grounds.
Does this mean that we've been guided as well?
Perhaps someone has been at your side unseen, watching over the course of your journey. I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well. But here you are, back in your rightful place. You have come to the end of your arduous journey and found new life. It is a life well won, grasped with your own two hands.
Chiefess Gruade, we want to know everything. What is the truth behind your tribe, the Elder? We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by sanctism. But this village, it is something altogether different. I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet letting of the sky's light. Please, tell us, what is the Elder Tribe?
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to the altar room past the door. I'll wait for you there.
Vaya 40 minutos.
Come off it.
Sí. Soy el príncipe. En fin, tengo que ir al baño. Vuelvo. Ya volví. Pues vayamos a ver qué más nos depara este nuevo y adquirido poder. Místico, espapiripástico, especial. Voy a revisar algo de volada.
Now what am I to...
Vaya, un vendedor random aquí adentro. Restablece 50% de los peces. Estoy pobre. Vaya. Lástima,
Oh, it's you.
Aquí también tienen murales como los del templo ese. La cuestión es que este lugar no se ve como si fuera la ciudad que nos topamos con los Mustari. Pero me imagino que tiene sentido, considerando que los Mustari aprendieron de lo que vieron en la parte subterránea. Y los Zelda son directamente herederos, bueno, más bien descendencia de lo que fueron los humanos en el pasado. La reina Elda y probablemente el peor rey que ha tenido este lugar.
Does this depict the Elder tribe?
Elda comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones. It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
The human tribe. So Luis's words...
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today, magic. Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on? They were racked by division over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible, and destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before.
Suena humano.
The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
Entonces unos sí fueron mutaciones posteriores y otros los hicieron originalmente así, pero ¿con qué intención? El miedo y la inquietud asolaron a la humanidad y engendraron las tribus que ahora conocemos.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Pues tampoco es como que no hubiera mucha división, porque al final el conflicto se genera a partir de cierto nivel de diferencias, independientemente de qué tan similares sean a los actuales o no, dentro del juego, claro.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now, yes? We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
Eso significa que el príncipe, es decir, que yo soy el heredero del mundo antiguo y de este, pues considerando que nuestra madre lo era, probablemente sí.
Beggars belief. Tis nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell.
Es una guerra nuclear, pero en lugar de ser armas nucleares es magia.
Rampant magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic. Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature. Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elder.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic, and... Wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
Control. Como siempre, alguien quiere tener el poder máximo posible.
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark? In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes. The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed, but its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
Pues... Te repite más de lo que te puedes imaginar.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind.
Uno de cada uno, los colecciono a todos.
As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
The sovereign's power, thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people. To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names.
¿Me van a dar un arquetipo nuevo? Pero acabo de sacar al Soul Hacker.
Anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence. Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
cierto que la gente es débil. No me cabe duda de que hay muchos que piensan que ayudar a los necesitados es por idealismo.
And besides,
Pero no pienso aceptar los métodos de Luis bajo ningún concepto, ni dejar que los débiles y los opositores mueran a sus manos. Me voy a convertir en un jefe de Dark Souls. Soy Yorm el gigante, el último de los gigantes. He despertado del poder de la encarnación heroica del príncipe. Vamos, no importa que la gente no entienda que de buenas a primeras. Estoy seguro que mostrar mis ideales en combate hará que entren en razón. Esa es mi misión.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
I've realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger. There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you because I want to be.
I'll be counting on you as always.
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
Well, we're past the worst of it. But the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
A forbidden spell, turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic, turning a person's magla into a snarl beyond control. This man named Luis, he may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Pues también fue un niño adoptado, así que realmente no sabemos de dónde viene.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him? What do you wish to know?
Who exactly is Luis?
La pregunta que hizo fue ¿quién exactamente es Luis? No la traducción, pero bueno.
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts, they're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius. A family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait. What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
What do you wish to know?
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy, and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer. And thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic.
Suena casi como si fuera una nueva ruta de activación de pelea o huida.
In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face your fear, the magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests. With the world embroiled in chaos, these outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Vaya. La gente viviendo mal es la consecuencia de las cosas yendo mal a su alrededor. Todo atascado en un círculo vicioso.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Claramente dijo eso nada más para ganarse el favor de la gente.
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster.
Excepto aquellos que fueron creados, en lugar de evolucionar hasta este punto, como mencionó. A no ser que hayan sido modificaciones genéticas de los humanos, lo cual no es muy bueno que digamos.
Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred.
¿Quiere vengar de todo el mundo por lo que le hicieron a su familia?
If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge. Even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
Vaya.
That's him! The malformed assassin who struck at the prince! He's bound for the woods!
After him!
Hora de probar este nuevo arquetipo de príncipe.
What now?
¿Y dónde se desbloquea? Oh, ya lo vi. Persecución cooperativa. Así ve el protagonista. Los ataques de apoyo de tus compañeros se producen con mayor facilidad en batalla rápida y también es más fácil aturdir a los enemigos. Tajo de héroe, daño físico grave. Vaya. Ataque físico cuando soy mago. Resolución heroica, aumenta el ataque a la defensa del usuario y su precisión y evasión 3. What? Básicamente el aumento absoluto de stats. Daño mágico grave de luz. Recupera PS y PMs cada vez que un ataque de apoyo acierta el objetivo. Añade 4 iconos de... Me acaban de dar la misma habilidad que tiene Luis. Resiste todos los daños de afinidades excepto Todopoderoso. Por pasiva. No, usa el mismo equipamiento que el Soul Hacker. Sí, bueno, no me voy a quedar aquí de nivel bajo.
Skills, new possibilities. I found new power.
Ok. Vemos que podemos heredar. De rato subo al Soul Hacker porque hay algunas habilidades bastante interesantes, como el Vórtice Esmeralda, que ignora resistencias. Pero por ahora me voy a llevar este que reduce el ataque de los enemigos y curaciones. A ver si me alcanzan los MPs. Pero tampoco tengo muchas habilidades elementales. Alguien va a tener que estar cubriéndome. ¿Otro 800? Ok. Cura. $50. Ok. ¿Qué otra habilidad era? Ya se me olvidaron. Bueno, supongo que podemos dejarlo así por ahora. De Kunda. Por tener cosas allí. No estaría mal tampoco. Aunque tengo este, así que realmente no. Bueno, es una versión más reducida para tener una alternativa que no use tantos PMs. Tengo prisa, pero ¿qué tienes que decirme? Oh, vaya, se pone a hablarme de las hadas. No debía hacerle caso. Tengo prisa. Soy pobre señor. ¿Qué puedo decir? Russell, ¿está todo el mundo a salvo? Sí, no ha habido víctimas. Sin embargo, parecíamos unas piedras inútiles que pasan desapercibidas. No sirvo para nada. Me he quedado ahí parado mirando al intruso sin poder resistirme siquiera. No se puede hacer gran cosa. Al fin y al cabo se ha cargado a los miembros de la resistencia. Si llegamos a intervenir y nos equivocamos, el sacrificio habría sido en vano. Creo que el bandido ha percibido el gran poder mágico que emanó de la resurrección de su alteza y ha venido a ver qué había ocurrido. No me queda muy claro, pero se ha escapado. Pero seguro que trama algo. Ve con cuidado. Ponte tu armadura, Gálica.
Ready?
Stop! You. Zorba.
So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours. So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What do you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse.
Aunque no pueda resultar suficientemente relevante para muchas personas y cosas similares, tal vez el hecho de que su cabello cambió de color y justamente el color que tenía el cabello del príncipe debería de ser un detalle a notar, por lo menos decir, oh, mira, eso.
And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Vaya, el primer humano contra el que peleamos.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
En detalle, creo que traigo Haze y él ataca con la oscuridad. Se alza el poder de un nuevo arquetipo del príncipe.
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels like fate by now. Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Un arquetipo exclusivo del protagonista. Ahora puedes utilizarlo como un arquetipo ya estudiado en la academia. Cambiar el autobús. Puedes actuar como apoyo de todas las habilidades de síntesis. ¿De todas? Uf. Eso va a ayudar bastante, de hecho. Tiene rasgos únicos que no se encuentran en otros arquetipos, pero ninguna de sus habilidades adquiridas se puede transferir a otro arquetipo. Entonces básicamente te están diciendo que tienes que usar al principio y ya heredas todo lo demás. Tiene que ser débil a luz. Vaya, pues no es débil a luz, pero
Perhaps this suits me best. Ninja!
Buen daño.
Then to the vanguard! Slash!
He's a real ace. Behold this power. Let's keep cool.
Just say for grab, allies, together.
Todos son de oscuridad. What? ¿Puede participar en todos para darle más bufo de daño? Interesante.
Perhaps not the Dark Knight. Is that all? Is everyone all right? They'll not break my defenses. Prince! Light!
Prince.
How's that?
Oh, power of kings!
I call upon a royal soul. How's this?
Thanks. Observe the enemy with blade in hand. Strike me if you dare.
Okay. Estás aguantando bien, Hulkenberg.
Let's go. Flare.
I show no mercy. You destroyed it. Now to the rest.
Let's keep cool.
Lo que hace Yuna en 3 turnos, yo lo tengo que hacer en uno.
I stand waiting. I defer to you.
Solo se lo puede dar a sí mismo. Ok. Pues vamos a curar ya que estás relativamente herida.
I'm obliged.
Thank you.
Quick, knock them off again!
I'll use what I must.
This is just what I need! Keep it together!
Much thanks.
Dark Knight. Not charging in, Dark Knight. Pierce through them. Come. I'll stay my blade. Light. Come on.
Quick, knock
Vaya.
them off again!
Están spawneando todas muy de la nada.
I show no mercy.
Don't underestimate me. Next, I call upon a royal soul!
Let justice prevail. No. Join with me.
Compramos solo
Not for all that we
ahorita
strive
probamos
for.
una habilidad.
I'll run you through with blade in
Le
hand.
pegué.
What I won't hold
De 3 a todo el mundo.
Flare. All right. How's that?
Quick, knock them off again!
Ok, esquivó
Get her
uno.
some healing! Juna, are you
Ninja!
okay? You look like you're about to drop! Masked dancer! How's this?
My thanks.
Dark Knight. I'm stepping back. Dark Knight. Strike me if you dare. I defer to you.
Come forth, royal soul.
Tengo que cambiarle
Much thanks.
el objeto a Hulkenberg. No funciona como creí que funcionaba.
Ninja!
Masked dancer! Let's take cool!
Quite a boon.
Is everyone all right?
Para dejar que se dé el bufo. Júbila a sí mismo.
Thank you.
To you.
50 penos.
You've regenerated the headwind! Here comes another round of wind attacks!
I see your game.
Esquivo uno.
Oh, power of kings.
This'll I'll show you! No one here fights alone! Behold this power! A bit much, actually. This should be good!
Much thanks.
I'm obliged.
Esme está haciendo buen trabajo esquivando ahorita.
By the sworn oath of knighthood. Dark Knight. I defer to you. Let justice prevail.
Ay, parece que no puedo hacer mucho con eso.
A mystic shield.
Vida's power.
Light. Let's push through. Only a flesh wound.
Ok, no hizo mucho daño. Vamos a aprovechar este turno. De hecho, deja ver que puedo robar.
Why, hello there, treasure. I'll masked dancer!
Probablemente debe ser resistente
Raging fire!
al viento.
Oh, power of heroes.
¿Será débil la oscuridad? Tengo la sospecha de que es resistente a oscuridad.
Perhaps not this.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Dark Knight. Moving to the front. Dark Knight. Here, still standing, I see. I'll stay my blade.
Come forth, Royal Soul. Flare.
Ya nada más me queda un ataque para el siguiente turno.
Quick, knock them off again. Regenerate the head. Here comes another round of wind attack. Legs are back to normal.
Se regeneró completo.
We've only just taken them out. Healed. We've got to do something about those
En un turno se lo
apples.
quitamos.
Let me handle those apples. All right. Now it can't heal itself
Me olvidé
anymore.
ponerme los
Don't
buffos de
waste your
ataque.
chance. Get in
Now
there.
accept your fate.
Don't underestimate me. I'll show you. How's this?
I knew you'd help.
Is ever let justice prevail? Is that all?
Nada más que en ataques de viento y
Observe
de
to the rear guard. I defer to you.
físico, así que no hay tanto problema.
Still up.
Se nota la diferencia de daño cuando lo traigo. Bufos. Ok, le repetimos uno. Se le quitó el turno completo.
Ninja! I show no mercy. Formidable indeed.
No need to worry.
Is everyone all right?
Vaya, 20 no lo van a
This
servir de
should
mucho.
help. I knew you'd help. I step to you. Prince! Flight!
You're here?
Tal vez es hora de cambiar a Yuna por alguien más.
More apples? Quick, knock them off again. Hurry! My face about to collapse. Someone kill him fast. Healing now.
Commendable bearing.
Pam, pam, pam. Te salvaré de Haze May.
Keep it
My
together.
thanks.
Arriba, aquí hay trabajo que hacer.
I'll run. Worthy foe after all. I'll stay my blade.
Let's go. Flare. Push through.
Parece que a partir de ahora ya todos los enemigos van a tener la habilidad de generar más puntos, bueno, más cristales. No, que me corre. Debiste haber escapado primero. Veamos.
Now accept your fate. Die! Good. Do not
En el
relent.
siguiente turno vamos a tener que cambiar.
Let's not. Can't let it go unused.
Much thanks.
Was neat. Come! Into the threat for all that we strive for! To you!
I won't hold back.
La mayoría de los ataques son de corte, así que podemos meter a alguien que sea resistente al corte. Probablemente me cae mal Haze May. Siempre esquiva el segundo ataque. Hora de retroceder un rato.
My retreat for now.
I'll take care of this.
I'll show you. Let's take cool.
I owe you one.
I stand Dark Knight. Pierce through that right.
Oh.
Observe the enemy.
Buen crítico.
Justice prevail. may yet cling to life.
Let's say come forth, royal soul. The blade's end. A tough one.
La cantidad de vida que tienen ahorita ya es bastante grande.
Let me handle those apples. Oh. Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
License.
Come in. This I call upon a royal soul. Let's get some use out there.
Thank you.
That helped us out.
By the sworn oath of knighthood. Not this one. Oh, power of heroes!
No tengo pergaminos para subirme el ataque.
Perhaps not. With blade in hand! Not this one. Let justice prevail! I'll stay my blade. I'm free!
Se supone que esto hace un montón de daño a humanos, pero aún así no siento que lo haga.
Is there time for some close call? Come forth, royal soul. Still here?
Ah, ahí está. Ahí está. Oh no, me pegó con viento. Oh no, aquí nadie esquiva.
Only a flesh wound.
Dejé a Hazen.
Basilio, nice dodge.
Here I go.
Nice. Solo hacía falta que saliera vacío. Vaya, justamente un arma para mí.
Not bad, if I say so myself.
I'll strive for greater heights.
Nice. I feel stronger already.
I continue to grow.
The bastard got away.
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible. But don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. We'll not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Es imposible acabar en un instante con tantos años de prejuicios, pero si no confío en que las cosas pueden cambiar, la injusticia prevalecerá.
Come what may, my life is a shield raised in your Highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
Of course. I'm prepared.
Yes, That determination is how we'll stop him.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
He visto morir a mucha gente durante nuestro periplo. Y si Luis lo hace realidad su mundo, morirá más. Hay que detenerlo.
I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
Efectivamente.
Looking forward to the victory song.
Well, we've got bigger things to worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father, and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself. The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Thank you for everything.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose. Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the Gauntlet Runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
¿Y si quiero hacer otras cosas primero?
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. But I can't believe we've only just met. The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real. Well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Likewise, I'm glad to be your ally.
Yep. Though, I guess our toughest challenge is next.
The mystical fairy, Gallica. She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us, and I'm gonna lead the way.
Maestro elemental y brujo. Vaya, el diseño del brujo está bastante mejor que el maestro elemental.
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head.
Esta es la magia de la música que Gallica usó conmigo una vez. Ahora que lo pienso, puede que me haya ayudado sin darme cuenta.
By the way, the chiefess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
Mis padres, o dicho de otro modo, los difuntos reyes del santuario Elda, me entregaron este libro. Puede que la utopía descrita en él no fuera más que ficción, pero eran historias del mundo antiguo que preservaron en el santuario.
The part we're reading today is The last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together.
Ideal para el que pretende ser el líder de este mundo en la etapa final de la historia.
The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical. There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
Nadie ha hallado nunca una verdadera utopía. El mundo antiguo, que parecía idéntico a la utopía descrita en el libro, entró en guerra y quedó arrasado. Si el libro habla en realidad del mundo antiguo, ¿de verdad vamos a regirnos por esos ideales? Parece más bien lo contrario.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself. Lady Gruiday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village. But little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power. With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Aún si venzo y subo al trono, nada me garantiza que pueda cumplir mis ideales en este momento. Sin embargo, debo de creer en ellos y seguir adelante. De lo contrario, nada cambiará.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself. And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
Después de hablar con Gallica de la novela y los ideales, cerré los ojos. A ver qué nos quiere decir Mor. La academia, creo que Mor me ha convocado en un sueño.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny. As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend.
Pues considerando que existía la magia real, no me sorprendería mucho que exista este tipo de arquetipos también.
I once said that to be elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety, and archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
The foremost fate? I'm not really sure, but for me to be me, And for you to be you? Or something like that.
Indeed. It is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to. And once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed. Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler. Not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks it.
Indeed, 'tis his hands that bear our fate.
Who? I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time? Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the ascension of kings.
¿Me va a despertar? Ah, sí. Me despertó a la fuerza. ¿Acaso Mor visitó el antiguo santuario Belda? Probablemente. De ahí es de donde reconoce la voz. Oh, vaya. Soy yo. Ya no hay un príncipe dormido. Por una maldición. Ahora soy yo.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? I always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Excepto que soy el príncipe y sí ha decidido muchas cosas, pero tienes razón, Hazel.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
We can't give up. Stand strong to the end.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in my eyes now.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask, why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
De regreso a Gran Track. Ush, ush.
Let's move.
La cuestión aquí está en qué tanto me van a dejar jugar más después de esto. Si ya genuinamente vamos al final de la historia, creo que me habré perdido algunas cosas en los alrededores porque me quedaba una reliquia de neuras. Y hasta donde yo sé, según yo, hice todas las misiones que había que hacer. Pero bueno, supongo que solo hay una forma de averiguarlo. Dudo que nos reciban con los brazos abiertos en Gran Trat, pero si no luchamos, las víctimas de los ideales de Luis seguirán aumentando. Decir que vamos a ayudar a todos está muy bien, pero del dicho al hecho hay un trecho. Tenemos que arriesgar nuestras vidas para que vean que vamos en serio. Te los demostraremos. Además, no es la primera vez que nos toca resurgir de nuestras cenizas.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general. The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
Yo creí que me iba a tener que enfrentar a estos enemigos en algún momento, pero parece que nada más son caras existiendo y ya.
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive. Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
Él está aquí a un lado de ti. Tal vez está escuchando todo lo que estás diciendo. En caso de que quieras seguir diciendo cosas raras.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured. That old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of reef.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh, no, of course not. I'm just saying.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
A sanctish bigwig gambling away his tithes? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman! You've seen Count Luis lie to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about? Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
Me pregunto por qué. Casualmente alrededor de la capital empezaron a aparecer humanos. Okay.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Es casi como si se estuvieran empezando a convertir en humanos.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing! Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets?
Pues técnicamente sí, aunque muy probablemente la información pudo llegar a otras personas de otras maneras.
Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter. Why only those supported by the people can use it. Listen well, O King. The truth behind the royal magic. Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin.
Al final sí va a resultar que la magia real está basada en utilizar la magia antigua de los humanos.
In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Thou wert elder.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Bueno, de todos modos, fuera como fuese la situación, no pierde dirección las intenciones de Luis. Sigue siendo venganza lo que lo motiva. Muy justificado, por cierto, pero creo que al final la historia es la misma. Si los medios por los cuales se lleva a cabo tales acciones son lo suficientemente dignos, por llamarlo de una manera.
You cannot stop me any longer, nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Trad, but they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the gauntlet runner comes to a quiet stop.
Al final, básicamente la situación de Luis es similar a la de Rela. No es como que esté haciendo las cosas.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Está todo rojo.
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back! Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
Bueno, lo que estaba diciendo Luis básicamente estaba haciendo lo que tiene todo el sentido del mundo, aunque claramente con la intención no tan amigable de hacerlo de la mejor forma posible. Porque en realidad no es como que haya una muy buena forma de hacer ese tipo de cosas, pero bueno. Supongo que simplemente quiere castigar de la misma manera a todo el mundo como los castigaron a ellos, sin razón alguna. Y aunque en realidad los que tuvieron la culpa fue la iglesia, en parte el hecho de que el rey no haya hecho nada para detenerlo, a pesar de que se veía que en algún punto sí le importaba lo suficiente, pero después ocurrió todo lo de su hijo, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Y esa carencia de poder fue lo que terminó por destruir la aldea. Y a lo mejor es justamente la razón por la que Luis está tan obsesionado con el poder.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns! Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored!
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why didn't His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Cause he's an imposter! Just like Count Louis said! You're not fool us again, beast!
Oi! Calm down. At least listen.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a Paripus like you, and you spit on him! Scum!
Y también mató al otro.
Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juno, I can't believe this! I admired you! Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame! Shame!
Vaya, para resultar que Hazemaid estaba en la división secreta, lo conocen demasiado públicamente.
Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you! How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say!
En caso de que se nos haya olvidado el punto más importante de todo esto, que es la división entre la gente, no lo recuerdan insultando a cada uno de los miembros de mi equipo.
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions, and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pikes soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Me pregunto si se volverán lo suficientemente locos como para que uno se transforme en humano.
Oi! Over here! Don't bother with them! No talking this one out. You need to run! Now!
No se olviden de Neuras.
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other.
El nuevo plan va a ser empezar a cazar a los humanos y demostrar a la gente con acciones nuestra intención.
How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
Hey, más vale tarde que nunca.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Y claramente Luis, ahora que sabemos que es de ese pueblo, como un Elda también, tiene toda esta información, así que desde el inicio ha sabido cómo manipular toda la situación.
Kind of ironic, but we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Pues las acciones a seguir son claras. Debes decir que se vuelve el surcador acorazado. Parece que la población se ha calmado un poco. Dudo que la gente pueda destrozarnos el surcador así como así, pero no me hace gracia dejarlos sin vigilancia.
All right.
Venga, hay que ir a la abeja silenciosa. Los demás nos están esperando allí. Matar a los humanos y asegurarnos de que la gente se dé cuenta que hemos sido nosotros. Porque, como lo dijeron ahorita, lo único que buscan es estar seguros de que tendrán protección.
What's this? What?
Entonces, claramente es la elección a tomar.
Excuse me?
Smash it all to
Let's
bits.
move.
Ya hemos despejado la taberna, vamos adentro,
Smash
rápido.
it all to bits.
Everyone. I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luisa's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff. But under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right?
La manifestación de los ideales del príncipe, parece.
Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
¿Qué estás viendo, Lisa?
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do? If this goes on?
But you're still you, yes? You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. And not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural. It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky?
Don't know, but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
Probablemente tenga que ver con lo que había mencionado el hechizo para transformar a mucha gente en humanos. La señora que nos había dicho, pero que tomaría tiempo. Si pudiera hacerse, tomaría mucho tiempo. Podría solo pensarse que está haciendo justamente eso, pero como es gradual, como toma tiempo, está haciendo poco a poco. Cierto, solo cuando nos enfrentamos a Luis sabremos qué trama en el Palacio Real y si de verdad quiere llenar el mundo de humanos.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
There's gotta be something up there.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Si volteas a verla ahorita, te darás cuenta de que está sonriendo.
Right.
Luis es el responsable de los extraños disturbios. Detenerlo nos ayudará a subir puestos en la clasificación. Restablecer el civismo y el pensamiento racional nos ayudará a derrotar a Luis. Debemos tener fe para avanzar, pero técnicamente ya no necesitamos ser populares.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Considerando toda la conversación que tuvo Luis con el rey, básicamente apoderarte del bastón será suficiente para moldear todo como te dé la gana.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
We're counting on you, O king.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow we make for the castle.
What to pick?
Las cosas han cambiado mucho desde la última vez que viniste a Grand Track. Todo el mundo te mira con dureza. Pero aún hay gente que te apoya, Will. Hagamos todo lo que esté en nuestras manos, ¿vale? La inquietud atenaza a todo el mundo y nadie sabe qué hacer. La opinión pública es muy volátil en épocas como esta. Aún hay posibilidad de ganar. Algo malo se cuece en Grand Track. La población está muy inquieta. Quienes se oponen a nosotros lo hacen con fervor, pero también hay quienes nos dan un voto de confianza. Hemos de seguir. Diga lo que diga, el pueblo de Grand Trat va a mirarte con desprecio. En estos momentos debes dejar que tus actos hablen por ti. Cuando te vean enfrentar a Luis tendrán claro quién tiene razón. Ocurre lo que ocurra, tú eres tú. ¿Te animarías siempre? ¿Quién hubiera pensado que eras Su Alteza el Príncipe? Te pido disculpas por este alojamiento tan indigno de tu categoría, pero intenta descansar a pesar de eso. ¿Y eso es lo que te preocupa ahora?
Your Highness.
Me hubiera gustado organizar un banquete para celebrar el regreso triunfal de Su Alteza a la capital real. Ya llegará el día en el que la gente te recibe por la puerta grande, y para que ese día llegue estoy dispuesto a empuñar esta lanza.
Honestly.
Primero fuiste subordinado de Luis, luego te hiciste pasar por el príncipe, y ahora has despertado como Su Alteza. Nadie ha tenido una vida tan peculiar como la tuya, y por si fuera poco, piensas convertirte en rey.
Come on.
Vaya giro los acontecimientos, ¿eh? La última vez que vinimos, la gente perdía el culo por saludarte, pero ahora sus ojos resuman miedo. Vaya tela. Tú te habrías convertido en un monstruo. Tú te habrás convertido en un monstruo, Will, pero Luis es quien los crea. Eso da mucho miedo. En fin, esperen un momento. Will, bye. Ahí vuelvo.